All right, 3 studs, 3 duds from Sunday's game in London. It's brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 3 up, 3 down. Enjoy the game with the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Please drink responsibly. Greg gives you his thoughts after extensive film study. Maz gives it to you from his couch. Although apparently you said you watched 5 minutes.
I did. I put an extra effort this week. 5 minutes of film.
Grinding.
Well, I got I don't need a lot of film study, Murray. I got a photographic memory.
Let's see how it translates. Number 1 star there, Greg.
Hunter Henry. He was the one consistent weapon on offense. His catch of that 33-yarder down the middle of the field was awesome. I think him and May really have something going.
I went Anthony Jennings. I thought he was the only guy in the defense that showed up. And I thought it started early. He was pretty good against the run, really. I thought I generally ran well even on the times that he had to go laterally, which is not necessarily his strength. I thought he was pretty good. He's the only guy I noticed on defense.
Number 2, Greg.
Drake May. I thought he played well enough for this team to win. Quarterback play was not an issue in this game. He didn't turn the ball over, which was huge. I would have turned him a little bit loose in the second half, but I understand not wanting to overexpose your young quarterback a little bit. I mean, he's dropped back like 45, 47 times in his first 2 starts. That's not what you want, but he had a hot hand on Sunday. I would have just ridden him a little bit more, but you needed the defense to get a few more stops. But I thought he was really good in this game.
Hunter Henry, for all the reasons Greg said, he was their best offensive player.
Greg, number 3.
Anthony Jennings, the only defensive player really worth a crap in this game. Continues to do a really good job. Good hard-nosed player, and certainly not soft.
Drake May had the same 3 Greg did, and I didn't have to watch the film.
3 down. Give it to me, Greg. Number 1 down.
Ooh, look at you. Gerard Mayo and DeMarcus Covington. The defense was a complete disaster. It was completely inept. It was embarrassing, and it falls on them.
Jelani Tavai, I thought he was awful in this game. Awful. One of the worst games I've ever seen a Patriots linebacker play. He was terrible. And then I went up and looked at, I said this to you yesterday, then I went and looked up his Pro Football Focus grade, 88th out of 100 linebackers in the league in Week 7. 88th. And honestly, that might have been too high. He was horrible. Horrible.
Number 2, Greg.
City So. He got... he had to go into this game for Layden Robinson. He completely got his rear end kicked by Eric Armstead. Now, Armstead, when he wants to play, is really good. He ain't that good, but City So, since he came back from injury, his pad level's been terrible. He's going to be shoved all over the place. And it's not just that. There are sometimes you look at it and be like, what is he watching? Why isn't he blocking this guy? Why isn't he doing that? Like, it's been bad.
Devin Godshaw, I didn't think he was good on the interior either. And honestly, I thought Aquale played pretty well when he was in there. For a guy that Bill Belichick once called one of the best defensive linemen in the league, and a guy who I think was criticizing Keon White earlier in the season, I think Godshaw's been kind of invisible.
3, Greg.
Jelani Tavai. I mean, I could put a bunch of people in here. Jalen Polk, Godshaw, Mapu, Gonzalez. Michael Jordan was horrendous in this game after getting off to a really strong start. That's why they couldn't run interior. Both guards got their rear ends kicked. But I'm going with Tavai. I mean, some of it was he was left out to dry by defensive calls and dumb teammates doing the wrong thing. But they need him to be better than he was.
I went with Polk. And Greg, I know that you wrote this, but didn't you say, anybody put this on your website as well, that it's time for Polk to take a seat, to start watching a little bit? Out of 100, again, so I went to Pro Football Focus to get an idea. But just to validate what we all see on Sunday, there are 186 receivers this season who have received a grade from Pro Football Focus. Jalen Polk is 181st.
Oh, God.
Okay, he has been one of the 5-6 worst receivers in football. He's played every week. He's got to sit, man. He's hurting them just by being on the field. Sick.
Closing thought, Greg.
On Polk, I'll say this. I don't think he's been being put into a great position because of the limitations of the offense. He's having to play on the outside. I think ideally they would have had it been Tyquan Thornton, but of course he's his own disaster in his own right. Polk should really be more of a Jacoby Myers in the slot, put him in motion type of thing to help him get open a little bit. That's not really his thing, lining up on the outside and, being ex-ISO and all that. I will say I did not put, that drop when he got hit, I did not put that on him. That Drake May was late with that ball. It was thrown to the wrong. It was thrown too much to the field. That play needs to be thrown quicker and to the sideline. So I did not put that on him. The one thing I will say about Drake May, it's weird watching it on film. I don't notice this watching it on TV or live when I'm there, but watching it on film, it just seems like the ball takes in baseball parlance, his pop time's slow. Like from when he recognizes something to, bringing the ball down to up, like sometimes it's just slow. Like a long term, I really want him to tighten up his motion. Like it's got to be like, boom, get it out, that type of thing. And right now, just sometimes it's a little slow getting going. And you're just like, all right, come on, get it there.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.